What's going on? It's Grafter Boy here with ONZ Music, and we're about to do another beat making video. This one here is going to be one of those very trippy type of tracks, you know, like the Travis Scotts, the Lil Skies, the Lil Pumps, all the Lils, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this one here is going to be a little bit upbeat, a little bit happy, very much what's coming out of the USA right now, very, you know, mellow, kind of making you feel like you're high. Yeah, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a pad. All these type of tracks have got very, you know, ambient sound to them, so I'm going to grab an ambient sounding pad, playing around with a few chords. So yeah, I just put down my pad chords. Very ambient sounding, it's a bit slow though, so I'm going to put in half time. From here, what I like to do with a lot of pads is a plugin called Movement by Output. I like to just sort of add a few different effects from that onto this like pads, just to give them more space, give them a little bit of movement, keep it interesting. Yeah, then I'm gonna come at it with a few, like a melody. I think I'm gonna use a sort of xylophone type of pluck. Yeah, this one says it's from a Toy Box sample. Yeah, again, just fitting in with that upbeat, happy vibe. So yeah, this is what I was going to use initially, but I do end up changing this. I thought this had a little bit of a nice feel to it, but I think it's too much going on. Just sort of interferes with the main melody a little bit too much. And here's another nice way to add like sort of some wide ambience to it and just some sort of background noises. It's going to be very quiet, very low in the mix, but it adds a lot of difference. It sort of sounds like or almost like wet sounding in the background. It sounds almost like raindrops. Add a bit of a phase on to that, turn the volume down, make it pan from left to right. Again, add that wideness, gives it that vibiness. Yeah, add a clap. I'm using Splice to get these sounds, by the way. A very versatile tool for producers to have. Yeah, I'm using the Lex Luger kit, and make sure the Lex Luger kit and the Grafter Boy kit is available at onzmusicgroup.com. And we're getting that swing into it. And then yeah, here just sort of stacking up the drums. Nothing overly original, all just pretty much the standard type of trap drums. Adding a little bit of a cowbell, again give it more of a swing. So yeah, now I'm going to start with the hi-hats. What I usually like to do is put it every other beat and then just listen out, and wherever it sounds right, I'll add a little stutter or a little roll. And then yeah, at the last bar I usually like to add a little bit of variation, sort of hype it up and bring it into the next bar again. You can use a sort of scale going downwards, sort of build up energy for when the next loop comes in. I'm going to use them on the drops as well. Again, it's just a really good tool for building energy. Make sure when you're doing things like this that you stay within obviously the scale that you're working in. So this beat's in a D minor, so I'm making sure that even the hi-hat notes that I'm using, they're all within that scale. and again just builds that energy into coming back into the loop again, keeps it interesting. So there's a constant sort of up and down flow of the energy in the beat. And yeah, as you can see here now, I'm going to change that movement. I'm going to change it back to a sort of just the echoing effect that I was after in the first place. It's quite subtle, but again it just adds that sort of vibiness and spaciness to it. Again, it's so important that you tune your 808s and you keep everything to the scale of the beat. That's pretty much all of the main beat. The main structure is there now. It's just obviously about constructing it and putting it together, make it flow. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to sort of have a pre-drop before the main drop, which obviously can be used as a bridge or sort of even just sort of like a two-part hook. But again, like I said before, these type of beats are all about building up energy, and I think that's exactly what you do when you do sort of two-part drops, or you just have continual loops where it just rises and drops the energy. So again, like I said before, I use the hi-hats, the sort of melodic hi-hats going downward to make that sort of drop. I add in a few effects to rise it and drop it. So yeah, again, like I'm using this cymbal. I'm gonna make sure that it's in timing, because otherwise it sort of sweeps up too big. So I'm just gonna stretch it out. Yeah, so sitting nicely on it now. As you can see here now, I'm gonna structure it out so that you have the verse, you have the hook, so that just got the chords. You know, this is the part where the rapping happens or whatever, and there's a lower energy again for that rise back into the hook again after.
Done, no, big up Grafter Boy.
ONZ. So now what I'm going to do is somewhere in the verse, add a little breakdown section, which is basically I'm just going to take the pitch of the whole track, pitch it down for this small little section, and yeah, it just adds a sort of breakdown type of feel to it. And again, it's lowering the energy, and then there's a bigger rise when it comes into the hook. Again, you can use this for outros, you can use it for breakdowns, you can use it for what you want to use it for. Grafter Boy. If you have any more questions, please leave them down in the comments and I'll get back to everyone. If you have any requests for any specific type of beats that you want tutorials on, or specific type of beats that you want to hear, drop them down in the comments as well. Make sure you subscribe, follow all the social medias, all in the description. Love.